Chatia, money and imagination, creating wealth from within. Money looks like numbers on a screen, cash in a wallet, bills on a table. But for most people, money is actually a state of being long before it ever shows up in their bank account. It's the way you feel when you open a bill, the story you tell yourself when you look at your bank balance, the quiet assumptions you hold about what you always get to have. If those inner patterns are soaked in anxiety, shame, and never enough, you can work incredibly hard and still feel like you're running in sand. This article is about reversing that. Instead of waiting for money to make you feel secure, abundant, or worthy, you cultivate those states inside first and let your outer life begin to match. We'll explore why feeling rich comes in before the evidence, how to uncover and release old money beliefs that quietly sabotage you, practical imaginal scenes you can use to practice wealth in your inner world, real style stories of unexpected financial improvements that follow inner shifts, a 30-day wealth consciousness plan, daily practices, small actions, and tracking wins. This isn't about pretending you're a millionaire while ignoring your bills. It's about shifting from I'm always behind to I'm becoming someone who is steadily, genuinely provided for, and letting your imagination support a very real, grounded change. 1. Why money is more emotional than mathematical. If money were only about math, two people with the same income and expenses would feel the same way. We both know that's not true. One person earns $3,000 a month and feels always behind, panicked at every unexpected expense, guilty buying anything for themselves. Another person earns $3,000 a month and feels grateful and resourceful, calm about bills even when things are tight, open to new opportunities and ideas. Same numbers, different state. The difference is their outside inner money story. Hassas, your money story. The invisible script. Your money story is a mix of what you saw growing up, what you heard, how past experiences felt, the identity you've quietly adopted. That story informs the chances you take, whether you negotiate or stay silent, how you react when good things show up, what you tolerate. Changing your financial life absolutely involves action, learning, decisions, skills. But those actions are shaped by your state, by the way you feel and imagine yourself with money. That's why imagination is such a powerful starting point. 2. Feeling rich before the money arrives. Feeling rich doesn't necessarily mean feeling like a billionaire. It means feeling safe enough when you think about money, feeling capable instead of cursed, feeling supported instead of abandoned, feeling I belong in a life where my needs are met, and more. Why is this important? Because when you live in a constant state of panic, scarcity, shame, helplessness, your nervous system goes into survival mode. You grab the first job or opportunity, even if it's terrible. You avoid looking at your numbers, so things quietly get worse. You say yes when you want to say no because you're scared of losing anything. You don't see or trust opportunities that are actually good for you, so that your first change is inside. You begin to treat yourself as someone who is meant to be provided for, not someone the universe forgot. Feeling rich can look like taking a breath when you see a bill and thinking, okay, I can work with this instead of I'm doomed. Opening your banking app with curiosity instead of dread. Letting yourself imagine what it's like to have more than enough, not as a desperate fantasy, but as a possible reality for you. The outer changes may not be instant, but this inner shift changes how you move, speak, ask, learn, and show up with money and with yourself. 3. Finding and releasing old money beliefs. Before you can consistently feel wealthy within, it helps to know what's been running the show. A. Questions to reveal your money story. Take a page or note on your phone and answer honestly. 1. Growing up, money felt safe, dangerous, always tight, confusing. 2. The main things I heard about money were we never have enough, we're fine, don't ask for too much, etc. 3. People with a lot of money are greedy, lucky, smart, dishonest, inspiring, intimidating. 4. When I think about my own financial future, I secretly assume I'll always be just getting by. One day it'll magically fix itself. I'll always have to struggle more than others. 5. The sentence that best describes me with money right now is I'm always playing catch up. I make it then lose it. I'm careful and scared. I'm learning but I feel behind. Don't judge your answers. Just look at them as information. B. Turn beliefs into sentences. You can work with pick 2, 3 of the strongest beliefs and write them out. There's never enough money. If I have money, something bad will happen. I'm bad with money. People like me don't get ahead. Now gently question them. Is this an absolute law of the universe, or is it a story I absorbed? Where did I learn this? Is that person or situation the ultimate authority on what's possible for me? Has there ever been a moment where this wasn't true, even a small one? Often you'll find you have had times when money showed up unexpectedly. You have handled financial challenges better than you think. You have seen examples of people with a background like yours improving their financial life. You don't have to swing from I'm broke and cursed to I'm a millionaire goddess, but you can begin replacing old beliefs with softer, more supportive ones like I'm learning to be someone who always finds a way. I'm becoming someone who is trusted with more money. It's safe for me to want more stability and comfort. These become the soil for your imaginal work. 4. Practical imaginal scenes for wealth. Imagination is not just daydreaming. Done deliberately, it's a way to rehearse the version of you who already has a healthier, wealthier relationship with money. You're going to build short, repeatable scenes that imply, I am someone who lives in a reality where money flows in, out, and around me with more ease. Guidelines for powerful money scenes. 1. Keep it short. Easier to repeat without getting lost. 2. Make it first person. See through your own eyes, not watching yourself like a movie. 3. Include simple senses. The weight of your phone, the feel of your card, the sound of someone congratulating you. 4. Focus on the feeling of relief, sufficiency, and comfort. Not wild hysteria, just a deep, grounded, I'm okay or I'm finally ahead. Let's build some. Scene 1. The peaceful bank balance. Goal. Feeling calm and pleasantly surprised when you check your account. Scene. You're holding your phone, thumb hovering over your banking app. You open it and your eyes scan the balance. Instead of the usual jolt of fear, you feel a soft wave of relief. You think, wow, there's more than enough here. I love this feeling. You breathe out, your shoulders relax. You lock your phone with a small smile. Repeat this scene, especially before sleep. Let the emotional tone be normalcy and ease, not winning the lottery for 5 seconds. Scene 2. Paying bills with ease. Goal. Transform bill equal dread into bill equals proof of capacity. Scene. You're at your desk or kitchen table with a few bills in your laptop. You click Pay Now on one of them. You watch the confirmation screen appear, payment successful. Instead of panic, you feel a sense of quiet pride. I love being someone who can take care of this. You imagine yourself pushing the paid bill aside and maybe sipping a favorite drink, feeling competent and supported. Here the feeling is, I'm not drowning, I'm capable. Bills come and go, I handle them. Scene 3. Being thanked for your work. Goal. Tie money to value you provide, not random strokes of fate. Scene. You're finishing a conversation with someone you've helped, a client, customer, colleague, employer. They look at you or write, Thank you so much. You're worth every penny. You hear the words clearly. Your chest warms. You answer, I'm really glad I could help. You feel the connection between your gifts and income. What I do matters. It's right that I'm paid well for it. This scene builds a new identity. I am legitimately valuable. It's natural for money to flow to me through what I offer. Scene 4. Receiving an unexpected sum. Goal. Open yourself to money arriving from pleasant surprises too, not just grinding. Scene. You open your email and notice a subject line, refund processed, adjustment approved, or bonus notification. You click it, read that you're receiving money you didn't expect. You feel a rush of gratitude, but you're not shocked, more like, of course good things show up for me. You whisper thank you to life, the universe, or simply to yourself for being open to it. This scene gently trains. Good financial surprises are allowed for me too. You don't need all four at once. Pick 1 to 2 that resonate and practice them. Before sleep, waking up. During the day, when your mind starts spiraling about money, you're not begging in your scenes. You're visiting the version of you who already lives this way and letting that feeling rub off. Ham 5. Real style stories when inner wealth shifts outer reality. These examples are fictional composites inspired by real dynamics meant to show you how inner shifts can relate to outer changes. Story 1. The Rays Danny never thought they'd get. Danny worked at the same company for 5 years. They believed, I should be grateful to have a job. Asking for more money makes me greedy. People like me don't get big raises. They felt resentful but small. When a coworker got a promotion, Danny silently repeated, see, I'm invisible. It's always someone else. Eventually, Danny decided to work on their inner story. They chose new beliefs like, I'm allowed to be well compensated for the value I bring. It's safe for me to want more. They practiced a scene at night. Sitting in a meeting while their manager said, you've been doing great work. We're increasing your salary. Feeling a calm surge of relief and being told, you deserve this. Instead of just daydreaming, Danny started, keeping a log of their contributions and wins, reading about negotiation and market rates, imagining themselves as someone who could have that conversation. Over a few months, something shifted. Danny walked differently. They spoke up more. They started to expect a seat at the table. When review time came, Danny calmly presented their contributions and asked, given the results I've created, I'd like to discuss adjusting my salary to better reflect my role. Their manager, who had taken their quiet compliance for granted in the past, actually listened. They didn't say yes immediately, but a month later, after internal discussions, Danny received a raise larger than they'd ever allowed themselves to picture in detail before their inner work. Did imagination alone cause the raise? It's more accurate to say imagination reshaped Danny's identity and expectations. That new inner state led to different actions, conversations, and energy. Those in turn created new outcomes. Story 2. The debt that started melting. Priya carried heavy credit card debt and a constant sense of shame. Her story was, I'm terrible with money. I've ruined my future. I'll be paying this off forever. Every time she saw her statement, her brain screamed, how could you be so stupid? Then she would avoid looking again for months. One day she decided she was tired of being her own bully. She chose a gentler stance. I made choices I'm not proud of, but I am not those choices. I'm allowed to learn and repair. I am becoming someone who manages money wisely. Her imaginal scene, sitting at her laptop, looking at a dramatically reduced balance. Hearing a friend say, you've done an amazing job turning this around. Feeling proud instead of ashamed. From that new state, Priya faced her numbers calmly, one account at a time. Called credit card companies to negotiate lower interest rates, something she never would have thought to do before. Looked for small, sustainable ways to free up cash instead of crash diet budgeting. Accepted a side project aligned with her skills that she previously would have rejected as too scary. The debt didn't vanish overnight, but month after month it went down. And as her balance decreased, something even more important changed. Her identity as a disaster with money melted too. She started seeing herself as someone who could be trusted with more. The outer numbers followed the inner shift. Story 3: The Random Gift That Wasn't So Random. Carlos often said, I never get lucky. Uh, Other people win prizes, get gifts, and catch breaks, not me. He felt stuck in a small apartment, in a job he didn't love, with no savings. When he heard others talk about unexpected checks or surprise gifts, he rolled his eyes. One day he decided to at least experiment with a different story. He adopted the phrase, good things show up for me too. His imaginal scene, opening his mailbox and seeing an unexpected check or gift card. Hearing himself think, wow, it really is starting to happen for me too. Feeling gratitude without disbelief. He practiced this nightly with no big expectations, just curiosity. Within a couple of months, his employer announced a previously unmentioned bonus structure due to a strong quarter. Carlos qualified. A relative sorting through old documents discovered a small savings bond in Carlos's name from childhood and gifted it to him. A friend invited him on a weekend trip covering most of the costs as a thank you for help Carlos had given in the past. None of these things came out of thin air, but they had been, unnoticed, unasked for, unavailable energetically, while Carlos lived in nothing good ever happens to me. By changing his inner assumption, he became more receptive, more appreciative, more visible to opportunities and generosity. This created a feedback loop. The more he noticed, the more he felt. Maybe I am someone good things can happen to. And from there, even bigger chances no longer felt not for him. Wow. 6. Your 30-day wealth consciousness plan. Let's put all this into a structured experiment you can actually do. You don't have to already believe in it. You just have to be willing to try it for 30 days and observe. Week 1. Awareness and gentle replacement. Goal. Notice your current money story and begin to soften it. Daily practices. 1. Morning phrase. Choose a simple statement and repeat it slowly. I am learning to be someone who is always provided for. Money is becoming a calmer topic for me. 2. Thought spotting. During the day when money comes up, notice your automatic thoughts. Write down 2-3 each evening. I'll never catch up. This proves I'm cursed. 3. Gentle replacement. For each thought, write a kinder alternative. I'll never catch up. I've made progress before, and I can again, step by step. This proves I'm cursed. This is a challenge, not a curse. I'm learning to handle things differently. You're not pretending everything is perfect. You're refusing to bully yourself. Week 2, Imaginal Wealth Practice. Goal. Start practicing wealth from within with short scenes. Daily practices. 1. Keep your week 1 morning phrase. 2. Choose 1 to 2 imaginal scenes from earlier. 3. Nighttime imaginal session. Get comfortable before sleep. Close your eyes and relax your body. Run your scene in a loop. See your bank app balance and feel relieved. Hear you're worth every penny. Focus on the feeling of quiet safety and sufficiency. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back. Don't scold yourself, this is normal. Let sleep take you while still in that emotional tone. Week 3, Tiny External Alignments. Goal. Align your actions with your new state gently. Daily practices. 1. Morning phrase plus quick scene. 2. One tiny financial action each day that matches I am becoming someone who is provided for. Examples. Finally opening your statements and writing down the numbers. He Bemals calling one company to ask about a lower rate or payment plan. Setting up a $5 automatic transfer into savings just to prove you can save. You sell something. E. Listing a forgotten item for sale. Watching one educational video about budgeting or investing without spiraling into shame. 3. Track evidence of support. Each evening, write down any positive money-related moment, no matter how small. A discount you didn't expect, a refund, a friend buying you coffee, an idea that feels hopeful, a good conversation about money that felt different from the past. This trains your mind to notice what's working, not only what's scary. Week 4, Identity and Expansion. Goal. Step more fully into the identity of someone who lives in a reality where money is a supportive ally, not a tormentor. Daily practices. 1. Refine your identity statement. Write something like, I am someone who handles money with clarity and calm. I am someone life can trust with increasing amounts of money. I am someone who is consistently generously provided for. Repeat it morning and night. 2. Journal as your wealthier self 2 to 3 times this week. Prompt. From the perspective of me 1 to 3 years in the future, who is financially stable and more abundant? What do I know now that I didn't know back then? Write as if it's already true. I remember when you were scared to open your bills. You had more courage than you realized. You didn't see it then, but every small step you took added up. You became reliable to yourself. The moment you stopped calling yourself bad with money was a turning point. 3. One generous act. This could be leaving a slightly larger tip than usual, buying a small treat for someone, donating a small amount, offering your time or skill to someone who needs it, not to prove you're selfless, but to experience money as something that can flow through you, not just out of you or away from you. 7. When fear and doubt show up. Even with the best intentions and practices, fear will visit. What if this is all nonsense? What if I'm trying and nothing changes? What about my very real obligations and problems? Those questions are understandable. This isn't about ignoring them, it's about how you respond. Remember these truths. 1. You can do inner work and practical work at the same time. Imaginal scenes plus budgeting, new beliefs plus debt repayment plans, wealth consciousness plus skill building. 2. You're not required to jump to unrealistic extremes. You're not declaring, I'm a billionaire with $3 in your account. You're choosing, I'm becoming someone for whom money is increasingly supportive and abundant. 3. Progress can be subtle before it's dramatic. Feeling 10% calmer about money is progress. Catching yourself before a shame spiral is progress. Being willing to learn instead of shutting down is progress. 4. Your worth is not measured by a balance. You were not born to be a number. Your value is not the size of your paycheck or savings. Money is a tool. Your imagination and actions can eventually shape, not the judge of your existence. When fear comes, you can say, I hear you. This feels scary because it's new, but we're allowed to try a different story now. Then return gently to your imaginal end and your chosen identity. 8. Letting wealth be a relationship, not a battle. For many people, money feels like an enemy, something to wrestle, something that beats you up first, something that proves you're failing. What if you started to think of it as a relationship instead? Healthy relationships are honest, respectful, nurtured, growing. You can relate to money the same way. Honesty. Here's where I am. No more hiding from my own numbers. Respect. I talk to myself kindly about money, even when things are tight. Nurturing. I spend a little time each week tending to my finances instead of abandoning them until there's a crisis. Growth. I may not be where I want yet, but I'm moving. This relationship is healing. Your imagination is like the private conversations you have with this money relationship. You're no longer saying, you always leave me. You hate me. You're never enough. You're beginning to say, I'm learning to work with you. You can show up for me in better ways. I'm becoming someone you can trust to handle more. From this gentler, braver place, the outer changes, raises, opportunities, discounts, ideas, gifts, clients, jobs don't feel like random flukes. They feel like natural reflections of a truth you've been rehearsing inside. I am someone who is worthy of and increasingly aligned with a life where money supports me instead of scaring me. And piece by piece, day by day, your imagination and your reality begin to agree.